Hey guys, this is Veronica, and you're watching the Wild Child Society channel here on YouTube. What we're going to talk about today is our trip to Cuba. So, if you may or may not know, we went to Cuba for basically a 24-hour period, and I've been getting a lot of emails and questions about it through social media. So we wanted to give this quick little guide and tips and suggestions. What we did is we booked a last-minute trip. I wanted to go for Valentine's Day. So hopefully our experience can help you guys out. Okay, so this was our experience. In terms of preparation, we really didn't have much because this was a surprise Valentine's Day trip, and I literally booked the flight a day before. So we booked through Frontier Airlines. I think in South Florida, JetBlue also goes there. When you book the ticket and the flight is included, there's an insurance requirement that you need for Cuba, and that's part of your flight fee, so it's not separate. But the visa is something that you do have to get separately, and you can usually get them at the airport. Depending on your airline, you can either get it at the gate. For us, for Frontier, we had to go to another part of the airport, which was kind of annoying. So make sure that when you go to the airport, you give yourself enough time to get the visa. The cost is between $50 and $100 a person, so make sure you budget that into your expense sheet of going there. In terms of the official reasons for going, there's 12 reasons, and tourism isn't yet one of those. But if you say you're going for educational purposes, I recommend it. Nobody actually asked us why we were going when we came back or when we left. But I think it's just for our American government to say, that we're going over there for that. You can also say people to people, but that implies that you have a tour guide, and so I would just personally say for educational purposes. Accommodations. I basically found a $25 place on Airbnb. If I was to basically look into getting a whole building with a pool, I think that'll run you between $75 and $150. But we were fine with just getting a room studio with a kitchenette and a small shower. It was right in the heart of Havana, central Havana, and it was $25. And we had an amazing host. Everything was clean. It was really quiet to stay there. So don't be alarmed if you go on Airbnb and you find a really cheap place. It doesn't mean it's dangerous or anything like that. It just means it's a small place. You have to remember it's a communist state, and they make $19 a month on average. So everything is going to be cheaper in terms of accommodations. If you feel better about getting a resort or hotel, there's a couple places. You probably should book direct with the hotel, because a lot of these places, they don't show up on Trivago or cheaptickets.com. You're gonna have to search them. But there is a Hotel Iberostar right on the corner of the square, Plaza Vieja in the old city, and they have everything. They have a couple of restaurants, they have a bunch of bars, they have a pool, they had a symphony playing when we were there, they have a currency exchange, so everything they have there is in-house. But we were happy to just have the authentic Airbnb experience, and it worked out. So don't be afraid to check into Airbnb. The currency is they use a dual currency system. So they have the national pesos, and then they have a convertible peso. 24 national pesos is one convertible peso, and one convertible peso is $1 US. However, they take away about 13 pesos for transaction for fee, the currency fee, and there's a tax. So you're only getting pretty much for $100 US, you're only getting 87 pesos. So what we did is we exchanged our money into euros, and then we exchanged before we left. And then we transferred that over to convertible pesos, and we were able to get a much better exchange rate.
And in some places there in Cuba, they do accept US dollars. They don't accept $1 bills. So just be prepared to, not use your $1 bills there, basically. They'll take 5s, 10s, 20s, 50s, 100s, but for some reason you can't pay with $1 US dollars.
And you'll get change back in pesos. So just be aware. Make sure you're getting back convertible pesos and not national pesos, because for national pesos, there's faces of, presidents and things on their faces, and on the convertible pesos, it's monuments. So make sure you're getting back, because they're not, make sure you're getting the proper currency back, because that could be a little bit of a scam over there. What else should we say? Oh, debit cards, credit cards won't work over there. So, remember, it's still communist. It's not going to work over there. So everything, make sure you have cash. Use the safes in your hotel rooms and Airbnb rooms, because it's a cash only at this point. So what else can they expect?
Oh, well, my first impression when I got there, I'll be honest, I was a little nervous, because we were in the heart of everything, and
people everywhere
all the time. It's like New York times 10. It's like nobody ever goes to sleep. People are always doing something. Everybody's always busy,
and
working.
People are just posted up,
just
watching you.
they love the people watch. But like I said, my first impressions, I was a little overwhelmed. You look around, you're like, God, I feel like I'm gonna get mugged, I'm gonna get jacked. I walk down an alley, I feel like a group is gonna attack. It wasn't like that at all. The government, the communistic government, you don't have to worry about that. It's literally police everywhere. So
with dogs,
all that. You see them walking down the street all the time. So it's a completely, it doesn't look safe, but it's a completely safe place.
They know Americans are starting to come, so there's English speaking people to help you for a couple of pesos here and there. You throw them a couple dollars, they'll show you a place to eat or whatever. But
just don't get on the impression that some people, they are nice. The people there are nice, so don't think it's a scam or somebody's trying to hustle you. There are people there that know you're a tourist and actually do want to help you.
But you just have to pay them like a couple pesos or two. Tipping is a very big thing over there because of the fact that they don't make a lot of money. So make sure you have on hand, they have $3 peso note and then 1 and 2. So somebody asks you if you don't have a place to eat, they'll take you to a place. Yes, they're going to get a little referral fee from the restaurant, but it's not a scam. The food will be good. You just, give them a couple coins, and that's it. Well, if you need to use the bathroom, and they sell you toilet paper, basically. You got to have, little pesos for everything. If there's a band playing during lunch, they're going to come around and ask for tips. It's customary to do that. So don't think you're getting ripped off, if for some reason you're not interested in having somebody take you somewhere to eat, you say no, they'll go away. So, what about the food?
The food was, oh my God, it was something else. It was amazing. I had this lobster. I don't know. I had some kind of lobster dish for dinner, but I can't even put into words how good it was. The drinks were amazing too.
Yeah, portion size for food is huge. But you're gonna expect to pay between $14 to $20 per dish. Alcohol is really cheap there. Cocktails, it's
$4.
Not even
4 pesos.
2 to 4 pesos will get you a mojito. It'll get you a daiquiri. A daiquiri is basically a frozen mojito over there. They do sometimes do flavors and stuff, but usually a regular daiquiri is a frozen mojito. The cocktails are great. It's amazing. There's a lot of things to do. You can go to a cigar factory. You can go to, the Bacardi factories over there. There's a lot of things you could do during the day. Ernest Hemingway has a house close by. There is a rich cultural things you could do during the day. And you could just walk down the street on the seawall in El Malecon and just be mesmerized and enchanted,
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and back to people everywhere. There are a lot of cars too, the 50s style looking cars, because they're literally stuck. They're frozen in time. So, but anyways, you're walking in the street and cars are literally almost hitting people. The mannerisms are so different there. So what you think is rude here is not. So you'll bump into somebody, they'll say, "Oh, sorry," or you just keep moving. Cars honking at you, people just move to the side. I didn't see an argument, no confrontation.
Yeah, there's a lot going on at any given time. So just kind of be aware that you're walking in the street and things like that, because their infrastructure is really terrible. So their sidewalks, I mean, if that's what you want to call it,
Just watch your step every single time, because you could be stepping. There's there's holes in the sidewalks at times, so you can make the wrong step. And
this isn't a place for like high heels and like bandage dresses. This isn't a fancy place. You're gonna be walking. The roads are horrible. You know, this is a place where you're gonna basically wear your sandals and explore. You know, you're not gonna want to be gaudy, flashy. You know, it's a cash only place, so you're going to want to use that safe and just kind of be casual. It's a very casual environment. So
I mean overall it was great though. It was an amazing experience.
Yeah, if you want to eat at a fine dining restaurant and you know, one of these places that's world renowned, you're going to have to call for a reservation because of the way the internet works. You know, it's very sparse there. They might not get your request in time. So for us, we wanted to go eat at a fancy restaurant for Valentine's Day, and it was booked like 2 weeks in advance. We didn't realize.
So I think you booked it the day before.
But we were still able to find really good places. But yeah, that brings me to a point. If you're attached to your phone and like, you know, you need an IV injection for your social media, it's gonna be a rude awakening. You buy these little cards for like an hour of internet access, and
they also have some for 5 hours.
Yeah, they have some for 5 hours, but you know, the actual Wi-Fi doesn't show up unless you're in the airport or a hotel. Yeah, so you know, you see a lot of people sitting in the lobby, and if you're not a guest, they will throw you out at nighttime. But yeah, internet is very sparse, so be prepared to kind of feel like you're cut off from the outside world for a little bit. But yeah, if you need to get on the internet, just remember that everything is monitored. So, you know, just have that in mind, that it is still a communist nation. But in terms of just being around, it's just like any other city I've been to. Colombia, Mexico, the people are kind. It's a rich culture. I would definitely recommend going back again.
Absolutely. We definitely plan on going again.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And there's other parts. There's Trinidad, which is jungle. There's the Cayos, which is cays. They have white sand beaches. So Cuba's very rich. It's the biggest island in the Caribbean, and there's a diversity of, you know, just locations and like things to do and places to be. So we definitely plan to go back.
Absolutely.
So if you have any questions, please visit us on social media. Facebook, it's Veronica the Wild Child, and on Instagram, it's I am Wild Child, IAM Wild Child. And for her,
my Instagram is rocksolo1, ROCSOLO 1, and my Facebook is Erica Rock Solomon.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing a couple more reviews. I can actually, in retrospect, review a couple of other places that I've been. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, please catch us there. And thank you for your time.